Hi, this is Malcolm Blight, and you're listening to the Crowject.
Hello and welcome to episode 263 of the Crowject podcast. Thank you to our sponsors, Surly Designs, Nathaniel's Coffee and Paninis, Trojan Aluminium, and Aluminium even, and ARC General Maintenance. I'm Sophie and I'm here today with Ben. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And Peter, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you, boss?
I'm feeling great.
Great.
Amazing.
Well, even after yesterday.
Yes.
Forgotten about yesterday. That's why we're good.
It doesn't exist. So tonight we're going to go through, obviously, our loss against Alliance. We're going to talk about your feedback, go through our SANFL win, and also all of the news. And later on after this episode, you can head over to Patreon for Segment Street, where we're going to have Fantasyland, Around the Grounds, Beryl and Cecil, an update in our tipping competition, which is always a fiery competition, and much, much more. Big thank you to our amazing Patreons. You can head to patreon.com/Crowject. You can join for... Oh, hello. You can join for as little as $1 a month.
I hope this is the right one. Ah, crap.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's head straight into it. Ben, how did we go yesterday?
Well, considering all things, we actually went okay, but we still didn't get the win. So it was Brisbane 14-13-97, defeating the Crows 13-8-86. Ben Keys turned into prime. Eddie Betson kicked 4. Walker, Rankin, Himmelberg and Fogarty kicked 2. And Saligo kicked 1.
Indeed. And Pete, what did you think of the selections? We had Smith in for Will Hamill, who was injured.
Now, Will Hamill, he's had a bit of a purple patch.
Yeah.
He's been playing well, yeah.
Yeah, playing well. And then, all good Crom players, just things go to crap. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we had the future come in Brodie Smith.
John Butcher.
Oh, absolutely.
I knew that was coming. I saw the smile and I was just like, I set him up. But yeah, the future, according to Matty Nix, for saying that, I think we'll get to that press conference as well. I reckon we'll do a small dive, not a deep dive. Look, it was meant to happen, but seriously, I'm just perplexed as to how Smithers comes in, given we're not a chance to make finals. Ben, what do you think, mate? Like,
he was sort of the only person in the SANFL to play a similar role, and I think that's what's brought him back in. He had an okay game in the SANFL last week. If Hamill doesn't get injured, he probably doesn't come back in, but that's the sort of position I want to see him in. As depth, if we have no one else to fill that role, step up, play your game, cool, no worries. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, we did have a few thoughts on socials as well about selections too, which I'll get to in a little bit. But I tell you what, there was a plethora for us to go through from last night, Soph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sure
back to you.
was. Back to me. So we had Taylor was the sub again. Do we think he deserves a full game now?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. Consensus?
Good.
Yes.
100%.
Definitely. In general, who impressed for you guys?
Ben Keys. It's fairly obvious.
Yep.
He was good. Pointed a person in the crowd at in the third quarter when he pointed, he was like, "Get up!" Fuck. Yeah. Got me out of my seat. Wasn't even pointing at me. Got me up and out of my seat. That was good.
You weren't even at the game. You were just on your couch, and he got you out your seat.
It was a widespread feeling that he put out after he kicked that goal.
That's probably that's his second week in a row now that he's had a really good first quarter and actually got us up and about, which is really good.
Yeah, and for like the 7th time this year, he's kicked our first goal of the game.
That's insane.
Which is an interesting stat. And not the person who you'd expect to kick our first goal.
No, definitely not. I actually liked Keane as well. I thought he was very impressive in the back lines.
Yeah, I think it was it 10 intercept marks and 10 rebound 50s or something like that. The club posted this morning. 475 metres gained. He had a very good game.
Very good, yes. Last couple of weeks, actually, he's been very good in defence. Yeah. I think before that he may have had a bit of a shaky week, but he's definitely improved since then, which is good.
That one against Amati that we don't talk about and we just don't think about it. Other than that
one didn't happen.
Leave him on him. Leave him on him.
Chris Massey, yeah, you stay on, Buddy Franklin.
I actually thought that Laird had an okay game as well.
Yeah.
Looking very staunch.
Oh, he's always looking very staunch.
Just even more staunch.
Just even more staunch.
Like a real utilitarian desk. Thick legs, just ready. It's just like, jump on me and pound away. Anyway, Yeah, he did well. Our lovely boy, Darcy
Which
Fogarty.
one? Oh, this one.
Oh, this one.
Which one? Which one? I have many a lovely boys.
We have to get to that segment.
Darcy Fogarty. Okay. Well, what a guy.
He's, can I just say, stunning. Hornbag.
Beautiful.
Luscious.
I have a brilliant stat. Bear with me. Someone else talk about him for a minute.
I've got one here.
Oh, go
Darcy
for it.
Fogarty is really good at footy.
Oh, wow.
Bang.
Heard
Beautiful.
it here first. That's Crowject exclusive.
And perfect timing, because did you know that Fog has taken the 6th most contested marks inside 50 in the competition? I'm pretty sure I was meant to continue writing. He is also... Oh, no, my phone. Oh... It won't zoom away from his face.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, here we go. Darcy Fogarty is one of just 6 players in the competition with 25 plus goals and 15 plus score assists this season. He has kicked 1 goal and had 1 goal assist tonight. Actually, he kicked another one after that, but this was earlier on in the game. But yeah, quite impressive.
Pretty good against the side that he was rumoured to go to as well.
Yeah.
True.
So this is what you could have had if you put a bigger contract on the table.
Humidity and, flaking out in finals.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit sad that he couldn't make an impact on the scoreboard earlier on, but I think we saw enough of our other taller forwards kind of taking his position anyway, so it didn't really matter as much.
I think he copped a lot of the attention.
He
from,
did, yeah.
Jack Payne and Harris Andrews were kind of doing a lot more work on him than Tex per se, and Tex was floating a bit further up the ground, so he didn't get much chance. So
Yeah.
as someone who has bagged him on a couple of occasions this year, I'm not on that train anymore, and he's back.
He's back.
He's back. He's been back for a while.
He has been back for a while.
Multiple goals in multiple games.
Exactly.
That's a good thing.
Did his best to drag us back late, which was nice.
Yeah.
Indeed. Now, at halftime, Nix came out and said we would be putting a harder tag on Neil and Dunkley after their huge first half.
Oh, fuck, what an idea.
Novel.
While it did stunt their impact, was it too late? I feel like after the first quarter would have been a big enough sign to say maybe we need to make a change now.
Yes.
Instead of waiting until halftime and then going,
That's
actually.
right.
10
Those
minutes,
opposition players darned them.
10 minutes into the game, Lockie Neal had like 10 touches and 2 goals.
was
And we
insane.
said, let's leave it another quarter
he's
and a
good.
half. He can't do this all game.
Leave him free. just leave him free.
The old rope-a-dope thing. He'll get tired eventually. Yeah, I don't know. There was some decision making, but it was good to see Nixie stayed in the box the whole time, whereas Fagan came out of the box. He wanted to get away from the toddler kitchen in the background as well. Which it was interesting to see in the Nixie box. It was covered up by a recycling bin. The more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah, ADHD brain right there. That's all I noticed. But there were still the knockers on Twitter calling for Monsieur Nix to be fired because, as we know, it's all his fault.
Yeah, indeed.
And we need a good scapegoat.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
There was another player that seems to still be copping heat, Mr. Lockie Murphy. I actually thought he did okay because he went to Lockie Neal then. And as Dwayne told us, it's Lockie Neal on Lockie Murphy in
With
a
a
lockdown
lockdown.
role. Yes, that was my response too. Just, ugh.
I had to mute the TV because I knew he'd come up with some just crap. And I think, actually, I muted the TV after the second time they played Sweet Caroline. I was just like, it's too early.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
Too much.
Please.
Yeah, no, with Murphy, I think if he had tied his game together in that first half when he had a couple of opportunities, it would have been better. For me, the part that frustrates me is he's a 100-game player and he fumbles like he's a rookie.
Yeah.
I expect those kind of mistakes out of like a Zach Taylor of these younger boys, but he's played over 100 games.
Yeah.
And he still struggles to just pick the ball up in simple situations and just misses those easy kicks and the marks, and it just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's probably the side of his game that's letting him down at the moment.
Yeah.
Hang on, I have to get to the standard Twitter response of...
Hashtag sack Nix.
No. How many games have you played, mate? I'm not defending the point.
You just wanted to whip that one out at some stage.
Yeah, there's a gag.
Now, the umpiring wasn't to blame because we all know that good teams are going to have the ability to overcome those poor decisions.
Good teams beat
But
umpires.
wow, were there some absolute howlers. I have a couple that people talked about on Twitter that I've favoured to look back on. And this one here of Harris Andrews, where he's literally showing the ball to Keys or whoever, dummying, and then dives straight for the line.
Did this same thing not happen in the game where they played us here at the Adelaide Oval on the members?
And it was him too. He backed back over the line and like showed it to him, and opposition supporters were like, he was pushed backwards. He wasn't touched.
I couldn't remember when I saw that if I was having just a horrible deja vu moment or if it actually happened.
It legit happened, and it was him again.
Yeah.
And then the other one here, there's a holding the ball decision where again he's dodging and Dawson gets him, and all of the Crows players come around like, that's holding the ball. Like, he's dodged him and he's been tackled. He's had his prior opportunity. And the umpires are like, no, she's all good, mate.
Yeah.
But the AFL's the best it's ever been, guys.
Yeah, so Andrew Dillon's comments saying the umpiring's best it's ever been. Okay.
You watched any games this year, bro? Come on.
Look, here's my take. Here's my take on this. This guy's coming out and saying the umpiring is the best it's ever been.
Yes.
There are more decisions that an umpire has to make, right? There's going to be more fuck-ups, all right? Let's be fair. However, they're still not full-time professionals. They're elite athletes having to run so far. I've said this before. Elite athletes running so far, and then they've got to make a decision on the fly for a bunch of rules that change practically week to week.
Yeah.
Interpretations that just
Flavour
get
of the
changed.
month.
Exactly. They're in a FUBAR position, but they're put in that position by the legislation around them. You can't blame the umpires themselves for making some of these dumb decisions because, the umpire in those 2 months you've highlighted, so may have been in the wrong position.
Yeah.
Can't remember the plagues itself, but the umps may have just not seen it.
Yeah.
May have been, bum side. What's the best way? Behind side. Yeah, behind him. Yeah, behind him.
Yeah.
Not bum side. Anyway, you get my point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel bad for the umps. They're just in a FUBAR position. Now, speaking of decisions, do we have to get to one Rankin with his,
It's actually in the news section, mate.
shit.
We'll get to that in just a moment.
We'll get to
Spoiler
that
alert.
soon. Hold your fire. And,
Where do you guys think this game went wrong for us?
I think at the start.
I think letting Neil and Dunkley off the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're just too slow to start. I think Heath in the chat made a good point about Dawes having slow starts as well.
Yes.
I tend to agree with him with that.
Yeah.
I do agree with him. But this is just something that has been symptomatic for Dawson, I've noticed. He just, I don't know what it is about his warm-ups or something. I don't know.
In fairness, he copped a lot of attention early yesterday from Jared Berry, who's a pretty renowned tagger, but he just couldn't get himself into it. And I think the boys around him didn't do enough to get him into the game. It took about a quarter and a half for them to go, we'll give the hands to Dawes, we'll take the short kick and, get him a touch of the footy. But he got there eventually. He played pretty well after quarter time, I would have thought.
In fact, Nixie said in the presser afterwards, I think the difference was in that first half when you've got two midfielders who were both outstanding players in Dunkley and Neil just racking up 50 possessions or just under between them and 4 goals. No shit.
Well done. Well done.
That usually helps the team.
The light. Oh, my God. No.
Now, next on here, we've got Soph's got some stat tweets. Do I ever?
Oh, Sophie's stat tweets. Hang on,
Do you want to take this one? Or?
Yeah, do you want to? Yeah.
I haven't heard this for a while.
Stunning. Guys, did you know the longest consecutive game streaks for the Adelaide Crows is about to be broken?
Whoa. Tell us more, Soph.
I will. Benny Keys is about to play his 100th consecutive game for the Crows, and it is also his 100th game in general as a Crows player. Wow. Do you guys want to know the top 5?
Absolutely.
Please.
I'm so glad you guys, I was going to say asked, but I was the one that asked. 90 games was Tyson Edwards, 93 Sam Jacobs, 97 Andrew McLeod, 98 Ben Hart, and 99 Scotty Thompson. So Keezy is just about to overtake the great man. Pretty good. Let's see. Oh, one more. Lairdy. I'm going to talk about Lairdy real quick. Is that finishing?
Hang on.
It never finishes.
It never finishes. It just
Isn't it like a
starts
400-second soundbite?
So, had we bet Brisbane yesterday, Rory Laird's win-loss record would have been 119 wins, 2 draws, and 119 losses.
So close.
Absolute depression. We had one job, and we couldn't do it. But that's all for Soph's got some stat tweets.
Well timed, you hit the post. Good job.
Beautiful. And also just a shout out to Berry and Rachelle for their 50 games on the weekend. Clap. And also Nick Murray, who is also celebrating the same milestone this weekend. So lots to get excited about.
Oh, be up and about. Nothing,
Fire it up.
nothing like St Kilda on a Saturday night.
What's better, the playground or a footy game against St Kilda?
Ooh,
Playground.
Yeah.
every day of the week.
Yeah.
At least you can have your own fun. You know what I mean?
You pick the story.
Yeah, exactly. You want to bust your arm on the monkey bar? Mate, go for it.
Should we head to the bungee medal votes?
Certainly.
Alright.
There is no updated
Certainly.
leaderboard.
What
No,
was
there-
that? Well,
there is no updated leaderboard at the moment.
Are we going to just hold it now to the rest of the season as a surprise?
Yeah, I think so. That was
Yeah?
the plan all along,
Oh,
to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah,
I've just
sure,
been,
sure.
I've just been stringing the listeners along to get them to listen to this segment every week.
Brilliant.
If you
Weston.
tuned in, oh my God. Hang on, it's time for an ad break.
I haven't actually decided mine, so Pete.
Oh, fuck. Neither have I. Alright. Alright.
Oh no.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm going to get... Now, I've been thinking long and hard about this one. All right. Yeah. Oh, well, if I could pick one, I could... Well, I definitely wouldn't pick them all. Yeah, well, fuck it. Okay. All right.
Incredibly well said.
One vote I'm going to give to Mark Keane because he's finally, sort of back on board. Most rebound 50s as well. 2 votes I've got to give to Sir Isaac Rankin purely because, one, the little fake out that he did. Was it Harris Andrews? When he went in for the hip and shoulder and Isaac was just like, whoop. And
Brilliant
yeah,
stuff.
and then... it needed sound effects. It needed like Looney Tunes sort of.
It needs the
Yes.
shooting stars meme on Harris Andrews.
Yes.
Maybe that'll come.
Isaac actually does that in a lot of games that he plays. You'll see him like fire up with his opposition player and then they'll go to like hit him and he'll just dodge him and
Make
it
an
just looks
absolute
like
fool of
such
themselves.
an idiot. It's so good.
Now, honourable mention to Ben Keys. If he didn't know, he was delisted.
By Brisbane.
By Brisbane, who knew? Yes. Was not mentioned once by Sir Dwayno, only because I had him on mute. The other one as well, I want to give a bit of a shout out as well to Taylor Walker as well. Finally, he's able to fly more than 3 hours and his back didn't seize up.
That's true. His back was fine.
Yeah, his back was fine. Guess what? Bad weather to mow the lawn. Coincidence? I think not.
Couldn't go caravanning.
Couldn't go caravanning. Too sloppy to
It's
get
all
the...
making sense.
Yeah, it's as Celine used to say, it's all coming back to me now. But 3 votes, drum roll please. Yeah, it's Darcy Foggy. Anyway, because he's hot. Anyway, Ben.
I'm tossing up with my one vote and I can't split them, but I'm going to have to split them because that would, not be great for the
So
votes.
do you give half a vote?
Could. No,
Don't make it
This is
complicated for
compromising
this
the
man
competition.
who is already
my math
struggling.
is already bad enough. So I'm going to go with Keys for the one vote. Very honourable mention to Luke Nankervis.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I need to change this.
Mark Keane gets the 2, and Jake Saligo with the 3 for me because his clearance work in the 3rd and the 4th to keep us in and around the game was elite. Looking at his stats, it doesn't look like he's had an amazing game, but Saligo, he had 7 clearances over his 16 touches, and in that he was just getting it out the middle. And late in the 4th, when we were coming, he got the clearance to Fogarty's first goal, to his second goal, and then he got the next one after that, and he just 3 votes, Jake Saligo.
Brilliant. I'm going to go 1 vote Lairdy.
God, he's hot.
2 votes to our Irish King Keane.
God, he's hot.
And
Not a word, though.
3 votes to Keezer. And also honourable mention to Nick Murray, because I thought he was great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Did Nick Murray knock out any of our players?
No.
Not this
Should have
time.
got 3 votes for that.
All right. So that gives Mark Keane the 3 votes, Ben Keys the 2 votes, and Jake Saligo and Darcy Fogarty tied for the 1 vote.
Just please remember to include this one precious vote.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Just a shout out to Max Michaelini, able to finally handshake players after the game rather than being rebuffed by one Toby Green from last week as well. Clearly got in his ear about something. But no, it was Max, another honourable mention as well.
Indeed. Shall we head to the voice messages that came in, Peter?
Now, if at any point right now, if you're
Any point.
any time, is it 3 a.m. you wake up in a cold sweat and you think to yourself, I need to remember my shopping list. Just call 088246 5498 and just leave us a message. We won't tell anyone. You can say whatever you want as long as you're not on private. So just give us a call at any time, especially after the game as well, usually a better time. But you can call us at any time, critique, say anything. We had as Ben would say, a
Plethora
of messages this week, let me tell you. And we quickly head over to the ever-reliable platform that is Facebook Messenger, and we will play all of these. So we got 5 golden messages this week, and we're just going to play them in order because we listened to them in our pre-roll as well. So here we go.
The umpiring was absolutely whack. The woman sitting next to me was constantly on her phone. Whack. Our disposal, our efficiency, inside 50. Whack. Alzak Rankin to Brendan Starcevich. Whack. That's pretty much all I've got to say. I can't believe I fucking paid money to go to that game. No, I take that back. Love my Crowies. But god damn it, I'm sick of going to fucking games and always fucking losing up here. Fuck's sake. Even went down to the Gold Coast and we lost to that one. Fuck's sake. Bring on St Kilda.
Oh, that was amazing.
Is there a Simpsons Whacking Day song? Or like when they do the Whacking Day? Is
with
there a
the
song for
snakes.
that?
Yeah, the Snake Day for Jebediah Springfield, isn't it?
Yeah. I
And
feel,
then-
Yeah.
and
I
But
feel
do
like
they,
there is
do
a
they,
song,
do they have
yeah.
a song?
Wasn't there the Barry White comes out and he says he loves the feeling. I love the feeling of a lady in snakeskin. Oh, baby. I'm sure that's not accurate. I don't know why Barry White turned into a hillbilly, but anyway. Here's the next one while Ben looks that one up.
There is a song.
It's fine.
And Barry, what is
We're
it?
fine. You know, going to prison the whole time. What are you guys talking about? But seriously, that was fucked. My heart. But he pointed at me, and that made my night. So, you know, that's, I guess, the good thing I'll take away from all of this. But definitely not looking forward to the rest of the season, that's for sure. Love you guys. Bye.
That was Jess, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many rounds left?
8,
Thank God.
7.
7.
We're about to go into 18, 19, 20.
You are
21,
correct.
22, 23,
Jeez, it's a push for finals. Anyway, get your September plans ready. Thank you, Jess, for going along as well. I'll tell you what, Jess's commentary during the whole on our Patreon chat was just elite as well. Just like, fuck's sake. Oh my God. Like, and you knew exactly because she was there watching it.
Yeah.
As long as you were watching it live, it was amazing. So great job, Jess. Anyway, here's our next one.
Hi guys, this is Shaheen here, just outside the stadium now. My wife,
Good.
good game.
Good.
Overall, I think, felt a bit similar to what we did last year. We were able to match them. Very rope-a-dope in terms of, them getting goals, piling on goals, but then us being able to, reel it back in. But I just don't think we had the polish, and I'm just sick and tired of a bunch of people just ramming on about the bloody free kicks. Every game is bad because the standard of the officiating is bad. So how can you just blame it constantly on that one thing that you can't control? Do what you can control. Control the controllables, and that is kicking, that's disposal, and we still don't have that. We're too young. We've been too young for a while, and I think that's just going to be what it is for probably another year. And, we can't blame them. They're just young. So overall, enjoyed the game. I only get to go to 1 game or 2 games a year, and again, they did a good job in making me happy at least. So there we go. Thanks, guys.
For a man who said he was happy, you sound very dejected.
Yeah.
I feel like you need a more concrete chat and more ambiguous threats against people.
Now that would make him happy.
Oh, yeah. Shane, it was great to hear from you, man. Next voicemail.
Oh, my dear God. I am not one to whinge about umpiring, but 25 to 14 free kicks. Really? Really? How bloody soft were the Crows, though, for most of it? I don't even know what to say. Bloody over this year. I suppose on to us next year and another $1,000 on a membership. Bring it on.
So true.
Can't wait.
I want Shaheen and that guy in a room together.
They'll come out solving world peace, but then just destroying each other as well. Now, last one.
One more time. What the hell was that crap that we threw up once again? Ugh, well over it by now. Come on, Crowies. Get the bloody game on. Let's smash St Kilda next week.
Too true.
It's not looking good. Thank you, everyone, for calling in as well. So you just anytime, even if you want to critique your voicemail that you've just heard, call us 0882465498. And yeah, you can even give us feedback there too. Might not play, but hey, call in anytime. We even take international calls at 001161 88246549. Over to you, Soph, on the desk.
Thank you so much. We're going to head to our socials now. You can find us at Crowject on all of your main platforms. Who's going to go first?
I'm happy to go first.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Mac.
Over on Facebook, and Shaheen won't like this top one from Nathaniel Steele. He says the umpires completely affected the outcome of this game. It's disgusting. Nadia Bird said, it could be worse. We could have been belted and walked out of the game before it was over, calling for the coach's head. Sound familiar, Port fans? Mickey Harding, who won the prize in Conversation a few weeks ago, said, I was at the game. Very quiet atmosphere. Fog made a good effort, I thought, and we didn't get flogged, which is a positive. Most people saying the same thing. The only person who hasn't was a lady by the name of Tanya, who said nothing respectable about losing. Tackling was woeful. Handballing shit clusterfuck, actually. And that was the only real negative comment on our post, which is a rarity for this year.
Yeah. So I put on Facebook, not Facebook, on Twitter, there's a lot of our fans on there who have been going on as if we lost that game by like 60 points or more. And they're just so angry and depressed about it. And I'm like, a couple of weeks ago against Hawthorn and Richmond, we were showing no effort. Nearly all the players out there looked like they didn't want to be out there.
Yeah.
And all I said was, we know that we're not playing finals and all we want to see is a consistent effort from the players. And we would be happy with that.
Yeah.
I feel like this last couple of weeks, that's what we've got. And we've actually seen some improvement. But people are still like, there's no improvement, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you looking at the games? Like, I feel like there has been genuine improvement over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And we have actually been trying to make changes.
But it's the only way to justify their viewpoint, though.
I know.
And you can't change it.
No.
Can't change it.
I think it's just, just a matter of being over it. Like for me, if I look at that game, I had no energy to be angry last night. They're just not at that point yet.
No.
So.
Were we expecting a win anyway?
Weren't expecting a win.
That's the thing.
I don't know why they're so up about it, because they knew what was going to happen going into the game.
Yeah, amen.
I think
we actually kept up with them for a decent part of the game. Like, I don't know what else you wanted from them apart from the win, but like, I don't know.
It can't be something that was expected. I think it's just a matter of going into it still with the expectation of last year. But we did basically what we did last year. So
exactly,
you shouldn't be happy with it, but you should be more satisfied than to complain. Yeah. You know, about every single element of it, which people on Crow Twitter are very good at.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Peter, how is the Instagrams?
The Instagrams, mixed messages is the best way to say. Actually, I'll be told the pod, I reckon. Now, first off, at halftime, we put up a thing saying, thoughts, Crom fans, at the halftime point, which we were, quick maths is, we were down by 15. We've got here Tracy Keyser says, "Fucked. We need to stop letting everyone bully us. Opposition AFL." No joke. Tracy, could you expand on that, please?
AFL big bully boo.
Yeah, big, yeah. Andrew Dillon. Yeah, more like Andrew Dill. He keeps bullying at us. Ethan Starr says the umpire sucked. Amelia J. Chapman says, "Unhappy, but I know Crom will get in front and win. Clearly sent at half time."
Fuck, you were close.
Unfortunately, Amelia, didn't happen, buddy. We got 130220001L says, "This game is robbed and Isaac is probably going to be sent to the tribunal for something he didn't do." I mean, he sort of did.
It wasn't him, damn it.
It was someone else.
That was Uzak Rington.
Okay, xxmahalia.privxx says the people that are booing Isaac need to shut up. And Jack Oates thinking that we've got 2 subs, Murphy and Himmelberg off, please. That's half time. Now, full time. We've got Claire Sigger, who says, "Disappointing." Travis Archdall says, we need a genuine tagger. Tagging is back. Ethan Starr, he's back again and says, "I've burnt my membership." A lot of people saying the umps are terrible. We've got a friend of the pod and Patreon, Frank Milanese at Taylor Walker Collectibles, says, "Just not at Brisbane at home level. We drew last time at AO, so not a thrashing." Exactly. Couldn't agree more. And tick myself. Or Frank. So James Izzo says there's always next year. Pervo28, Purvo28, not Pervo28, says, "Always was a fingertip away, just couldn't grab the lead though." Bit weird when I said Pervo and then you say that. But anyway, Fraser F. Runro says, "Go Tasmania." Jason Ling, a friend of the pod and Patreon, says, "Poor field kicking and silly little mistakes cost us big time. Fix those up and we win games like this." Exactly. Kian Young says, "If there's anyone sticking up for Murphy on the pod this week, I might spew."
No worries here, buddy.
Actually, you know what? We should do that. We're going to do a live response. All right? Yeah, just say that again.
There are no worries here.
So you're not defending him?
No defense of Murphy here.
Beautiful. Straight onto Facebook. Okay. And finally, Harry Mack says, "Umps had a massive multi on Brizzy." Allegedly.
They were paying $1.13. It can't have been that big.
What, the umps?
They're $1.01.
And that's it from Instagram.
Wonderful. Just a quick thank you to our $10 and above Patreons. Peter, would you like to read those out for us?
I will. So a big thank you to our patrons, $10 and above. We've got Hayden Arthur, aka The Real Hilf, Jordan Marnie, Jess Cook, Dave Carnivale, Jake Bockove, Drew Corner, Sam Curtis, Sean Marie Davies, Brendan McGarrigan, James Payne, Simone McDonald, Jezza Withers, a big fan of the young ones here, Paul David Clennon, Matt Roylance, and Neil Roylance as well. And a shout out to one of our new patrons as well, Jeremy Mangelsdorf. Shout out to you, Jeremy Mangelsdorf, as well. Thank you for signing up as well. And you can sign up for, how much can you sign up for, Ben?
Just as little as $1 a month.
$1.
Absolutely.
You could also sign up for a Premier's medal as well if you're looking on our YouTube stream here. We've got the 1997 Premier's medal too. But good thing it was on the 1999 one or something, because that's not relevant. But yeah, only $1 you can sign up for that as well, and you can help to keep the lights on here. Even though they'll probably stay on anyway. But you can get a whole plethora of things as well. Obscure Crows. We're recording some more soon. We're going to have, I can say this right now, our pre-roll tonight will have nothing on what's coming next week, because James Donald Forbes McCann, with his catamaran plan, get around it, as he says, is coming on the pod after his huge tour of the Americas, or just the US. But he has... He's a huge friend of the pod as well. Did his famous interview last year on one of our walk and talks, where he said, "We're going to win the flag. They're coming, and maybe not this year, but one day." One of the best lines ever. But go back and listen to our pod that we did with him 2 years ago, I reckon now.
Yeah, I think it was 2020. Oh, it might have been 2021 even, because it was Damon, myself, and Cream.
I feel like it was a launching pad for him.
Yeah, we can pretty much...
claim it.
We can claim it.
We can claim it. But that pre-roll, that's going to be worth it in itself, I can guarantee it.
100%.
He's lined up for it. And, got our merch onto, one of the biggest comedians in the world as well, which was great. And yeah, we've got plenty more that's happening on Patreon. We've got our spicy chat as well, including all the meta AI generated stuff, which we're going to get to in Segment Street.
You're going to get to them in Segment Street.
Yeah.
I will be living in Segment Street.
Segment Street
You're
is the
sitting
one
in the middle
member.
of us too, Dan. No, honestly, thank you so much to our amazing patrons, each and all. And you know what? Next week, I'm going to read out all of them. It's coming.
Wow.
Can we do the speed run? Can you get James Donald Forbes McKenna's
Get in,
catamaran plan to do a speed
That's
run
going
of
to
all
be
the...
the whole pre-roll.
And then he'll just take a random call with his random ringtone on his Nokia E52.
I need to find that. I've got that ad somewhere. I'll find it. Okay. Anyway.
All right, we're going to head to the news now. Damn. All right, we've got a few naughty boys actually from the weekend, but maybe let's start with the biggest of them. Ben, would you like to go over what's happened there?
Indeed, Isaac Rankin has been handed a 4-week suspension for his hit on Brandon Starcevic. I personally don't think it was worth 4 weeks, but if we look at the way that the MRO judged their bans, then it probably was worth 4 weeks. It's just unfortunate that Brandon Starcevic got concussion from the hit, but that probably happens 15 times a game and nothing happens. So here we are.
Indeed.
First off, we need to get the exclusive exit poll that we did on Instagram, where we said... so it was the image of Dane Zorko last year eye gouging... was it
Sam Berry?
Was it Berry or Rochelle or Pedler? Pedler. Shout out to Pedler. Love you, boy. And we just scrubbed out the is Dane Zorko in trouble, and we just put Isaac. So in the yes column, 150 votes at 54% and no 126 votes at 46%. Well, the yays have it, as they say in English politics. Lots of trouble. And I really hope we appeal it. We're recording this on a Monday night, so news may change on this going into Tuesday. I would be surprised if we don't appeal it, honestly.
I don't think he gets any. I don't think he gets a downgrade. As much as you look at the incident and go, that's probably not...
It feels like it should be 2 to 3.
Yeah. It's high impact, it's intentional, it's off the ball, it's landed in a concussion.
Yeah.
I put my faith into our legal representative at Adelaide Football Club, not at the Crowject. Legal. But Andrew Coleshaw. Because he got the golden ticket himself, David McKay, who smashed a man's jaw in Cairns, which usually happens when you visit the US Air Base there or something else like that. He went from 3 weeks to zip. The king himself, he returneth. And can he do it again? I put my faith into you, Andy, my boy. Let's get around it. Because, God, I knew this was going to happen.
Yep.
Can anything go right for us?
No, they can't.
No, it's not allowed, actually.
No. We also had a few other naughty boys. Lairdy absolutely poleaxed an umpire, sent him into another universe. So he's been fined $1,875, which down with an early plea can go down to $1,250.
Can you imagine challenging something like that? No, fuck, I didn't hit him. What are you going to get?
Show us some footage. It's just like, it's clear idea. No, that's not me.
I'll take the early plea, thanks.
Can I ask a question? How do they figure out, because it's such a specific number, is it based off of units or is there a preset amount for the fine itself?
It's a fixed financial sanction.
Yeah,
so
I think if it's
regardless of the value of your contract.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no wonder Zach Butters is living on the street right now. Like with all his fines that he's got.
It does increase the more times you do it. So, for example, Benny Keys had careless contact with an umpire. Didn't see this one, but that's his second offence. So his sanction because of that is $3,125, but it can go down with an early plea to $1,875.
Okay.
And finally, our Irish king has been tripping.
No, this is bullshit. This one.
And
This is what I've done here.
Holy shit. $7,500 sanction, early
a big
plea down to $5,000.
Isn't he on the rookie list?
Nah, I think he got brought up.
Okay, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, tripping's taken pretty seriously.
Yeah. They do have here third offence. I didn't know that he's been a very naughty boy.
is a carryover from the Gaelic League or something. We've seen you over there, boy. We know what you're up to.
But yeah, they've graded it careless conduct, low impact, and body contact.
He was chasing him and... Oh, come on.
Are we surprised, though? Let's be honest.
Yeah, another example of beautiful inconsistency. I don't get why they advertise the amounts.
Yeah, I don't really
Does
get
that make
the point
sense?
of that.
Like, why
Yeah.
don't they just say that they've been fined?
Yeah.
I don't understand, like, that sounds like a lot of money, but at the same time, they're paid a fair amount. But even then, I'm thinking to myself, they've only got a limited amount of time to earn this. I don't get it. Yeah, I feel like it should just be 2 fines for a year, and then it's an automatic suspension.
It's probably because they publish somewhere what the set amounts are for first, second, third, and then they're like, well, you can find it anyway if you want it, so here you go.
Because Mason Wood also got done for tripping, but it was his first offence. So his sanction was $3,750, which goes down to $2,500 with an early plea.
Jeez, that's a whack.
God, that's going to impact the super fund for Mason. God.
But yes, some naughty boys.
Naughty boys.
Moving on to some better news in the AFLW. We had someone sign on for a year, didn't we, Peter?
Yeah, we did. Sarah Goodwin signs on for a 1-year contract extension to see her through to the end of 2026, and it's fantastic to see this. Another key component of our next premiership side.
Absolutely.
That's so excited for this.
We cannot wait.
That's a good win.
Absolutely. And finally, unfortunately, Will Hamill is expected to miss 3 to 4 weeks following surgery on a broken finger.
Oh, fuck! That was how it sounded when
when he broke a finger.
We've just been a little bit unlucky with injuries this year, haven't we?
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
It's all right. Filthy's coming back.
Doesn't he look good? Speaking of which,
engorged.
we're going to head straight to the SANFL game where the Baby Crom bet the Dogs at Ex-Convenience Oval. What a name. How did we go, Ben?
Well, at the Peter Pan Ponderosa, the Crows kicked 11-9-75 to the Dogs 5-9-39. So it was a thumping. Gallant kicked 2, McHenry kicked 2, Thilthorpe kicked 2, Boyle, Jones, Murray, O'Leary and Welsh all kicked 1. But it was dominant. We were, 20 points up at quarter time, extended the lead to I think 30 odd at half time, and just kept rolling from there. And Centrals have been playing some decent footy, so it's a bit of a surprise considering we haven't. So,
and I mean, they did keep us goalless in the last quarter, and we only kicked 3 behinds, and they tried to make a comeback, but I see they only scored the 1 goal in the end that quarter.
Kick 1-4.
They had shots, okay? They tried. But yeah, I've listed a few notable players and how they went today. So, not today.
Yesterday.
Yes, or the day before, who knows. Jones, firstly, was influential early. He had strong running, he was impacting contests and had good linking with his teammates. He finished with 18 disposals, 6 marks, 6 tackles, 4 inside 50s, 1 goal and 3 clearances. How long do we think before we see him back in the A's?
Can I be honest? This week.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, to be honest.
I think we
reckon
need the gut running speed, especially with the Ross Line master plan.
Because he didn't get dropped, did he? Did he have a slight injury, Jones?
Maybe it was his heart after he got dropped.
I don't even remember.
He had like a foot injury or something random, didn't he? Like a small injury. So, back in this week.
Yeah, of course.
Back in.
And Filthy, a very noticeable presence up forward.
Oh yeah, noticeable.
Played higher up the ground at times. Attended plenty more ruck contests. He had 12 hit-outs, 2 goals, 4 tackles, 3 marks and 8 touches in total. But those 8 touches were brilliant, weren't they, Peter?
Oh, they were spectacular, especially seeing on the SANFL feed as well. They did such a fantastic job there, didn't they, Soph?
They really just dug into the tech box and found the Nokia phone and was like, you know what these people on the stream need is some good quality Nokia camera footage. Boy, did it deliver.
So can I just be clear? Because I saw what you sent through. So was it you could see the
3 pictures on the left or the 3 pictures on the right?
Was it? You could see the score box.
The score box
was clear.
That was crystal clear.
But the actual feed going to them was just potato.
Yeah, it just went like grey at one point, and it was just lines, and then it would move a frame, and it was just an absolute
that's because
shambles.
Elizabeth have just switched over from analog to digital.
I see. I still keep them
It's
in.
like watching the 2002 SANFL on ABC. That's right.
All right, another player that showed a bit of promise. McHenry played with plenty of pressure and positioned himself very well in the forward line as well, and as well as setting up his teammates, finishing with 21 disposals, 6 marks, 6 inside 50s, and 2 goals. Benny Mac, how do you feel about this?
He can do that in the SANFL. keep playing, keep doing that in the SANFL.
Nothing else?
No, I don't want to say anything further
All right.
because
All right.
there's nothing positive for me to say here.
Okay, we'll move on then. So lastly, I've just written down Bond, who played a very important role in shutting down Aiden Grace, kept him goalless, and he only had the 5 touches. Bond himself finished with 16 disposals, 2 clearances, and 7 rebound 50s.
God, I almost read that as aiding gain, friend of the pod major. I was just like, oh, what's he doing up there? You live down south? But no, Hugh Bond coming up in the ranks as well.
Sure
May
is.
see a debut by the end of the year, I reckon.
Tell you who else is. Charlie Edwards also looks like he's going to be a fine player. His body's
Indeed.
probably not quite big enough for AFL level yet, but
Give him time.
yeah, he's going to be quite good. Oscar Ryan as well has been playing very well. Let me just get his stats real quick. He had 22 disposals, 15 kicks, 7 handballs, 3 tackles. He's playing really well. Probably another one who's not quite at that AFL level, but is only, 18, 19 years old. So plenty of time.
Yeah, there's definitely about three players probably that we could see debut, hopefully, if not this rest of the year, then definitely next year.
Yeah.
And the SANFL are going to be playing the ladder leaders Norwood next Saturday at Norwood Oval.
That could be ugly. If Phil Thorpe comes back into the main side, we might leave a player
losing.
out for an emergency out for the Saturday night. Yeah, that
I was
could be
going to
bad.
say, anyone going to do the double header?
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Norwood Oval into the Archer Hotel into the Adelaide Oval. And it's a
Yeah.
great afternoon.
You know what? If you need me, I'll pick you up. There you
Sounds
go.
good.
I'll be heading to the ground, especially if it's raining. I don't want a wet Ben.
Marvellous. Speaking of which, we're going to head to the Adelaide Oval for our Saturday night clash against the Saints. So what do we think is going to happen with selections? Who's coming in and who's missing out?
So we got to rank and let's
Forced
be
out.
honest, more than likely out unless our legal counsel is able to.
If he gets it down to 0, I'll pay him all the money I've got because it's not happening.
It ain't much.
It ain't much, but I'll give it all to him. Yeah, Rankin's so forced out. Thilthorpe has to come back in.
He has
and I
to,
think that's going to be
right?
really stiff on Himmelberg, who's likely the person who's going to come
I
out for
actually
him.
thought he played a decent game. Like
He
the
played
last
well.
couple of weeks, people have been saying that he's been playing well, but I haven't really seen it as much myself. But I actually noticed him quite well.
He played a
in this
really good
game.
linking role. He took a lot of key marks, kicked a couple of key goals, and was a good chop-out ruck. But I just think he's the only logical choice to go out because you're not going to drop Fogarty, you're not going to drop Walker.
No.
He's next in line, unfortunately, and they play the same role. So I think the Dragon will head down to Norwood Oval.
I disagree
Ooh.
because I reckon Murphy's going to be out because of the skills. We can't afford turnovers. It's going to be a very wet game.
That's the only problem.
Yeah.
It's very tall.
So I reckon we're going to have to. We need some team speed.
Yep.
We ain't got shit.
Do you keep persisting with someone like Cook, or do you drop him as well? Because he's been kind of quiet as well.
Yeah, he's on the outer. The other one to talk about is Mitch Hinge as well, who was
Yes,
subbed out
I
with
was-
a slight injury.
We won't know till tomorrow when the injury report comes out.
Yeah, the very, very detailed Darren Burgess update. Of,
Shoulder hurting.
yeah, shoulder bad. 4 weeks. Okay, thanks, mate.
I think you can predict it. I'm going to go. They'll drop Himmelberg for Thilthorpe.
Yep.
Ned's going to come back in for Cook.
Okay.
Rankin. Maybe Ned comes in for Rankin.
See, I don't mind.
Jones would, you'd think, might come in too.
Yeah, maybe Jones for Cook, Ned for Rankin.
You need to
50.
harass Saints on the ball. If you do that, you're going to win. And who's good at that?
Ned.
I can yell plenty of things from the hill at the Saints just to avoid him coming in. I can harass them.
Yeah.
You suck.
Your mum's your dad.
Where's Ross's Birkenstocks?
Oh, God. All right, look, let's be honest. Oh, God, I don't know. Smith's going to stay in because, I don't know.
He was okay.
The future.
Yeah, he was okay. Yeah, but he's the future. As we know. We didn't even get to that press conference. No, we'll get to that in a second. Oh, actually, we'll do that in our segment street. Put that on Patreon exclusively. Now, screw it. How about we just get to predictions? 'Cause
Sure.
Who the hell knows what's going to happen with selections?
No. So I've written here who wins, how much, and who's kicking our best goal this week.
All right, I'm going to go.
Okay.
Here we go. It's going to be Crows by 7. No, Crows by 5.
Okay.
Fog's going to kick it after the siren. 55
Don't
out.
put that stress on
Don't
me.
say that.
Oh,
He's going to flush it.
I feel sick.
I don't. It's going to be fucking hot. He's going to be steaming. Steaming Fog. All right. So, yeah. Crows, 5, Fog.
All right. I'm going to say Crows by 23.
To support our boy.
Yes.
Stick it up,
Absolutely.
Andrew Dillon,
That was
MRO.
very intentional. We are going to see... Amazing how I've forgotten every single forward that's ever played for us right now.
Ian Perry.
Ken McGregor.
I reckon... No, yeah, I'm going to stick with Fog as well. He's going to do a little sneaky thing around the corner.
He can do a sneaky thing.
Oh.
Any day.
Moving swiftly
Benny.
on.
Benny, no. Save us.
St Kilda, fresh off their grand final, I think will come out flat this week because realistically, they're in a similar boat to us. They're not doing anything this season. They've just beaten Sydney. Wow, we were amazing.
Yep.
Come out, you're going to get beaten by 40 points.
Do you reckon Matthias Philippou's going to do okay in front of a large crowd?
Oh, I don't know, the big
Scary
bright lights.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He actually played well on the weekend, but yeah, no, Crows by 40. And who are we going to go with? Filthy's going to pull something out of his bag of tricks in his return, and everyone's going to be
Beautiful.
happy, and it's going to be a good night on Saturday.
He likes doing it against the Sades. Where
He does.
A bag of tricks as well. And
Exactly
Fog with
right.
that shepherd off the ball in Kansas. Meanwhile, there's a man who's drinking out of a straw on the sideline after McKay ran through him. But anyway,
Is he the one that Heaney hit yesterday? No, he hit Jimmy Webster. Hunter Clark did play last week. I did because I heard someone say, "Oh, that's the guy that McKay murdered a couple of weeks ago." So
now, real quick, I want to get to some feedback that Alex, who helps on our socials, asked. As we approach the last few rounds of the season, we want to know your thoughts on the year. Best ones will be reshared. Now, we've only had a few responses. It's very, very young. But we got Alex, who's responded to her own thing, saying, all I know is Ben Keys is hot as fuck.
facts.
I can't reach
there
him.
he is.
Bring him in.
Yeah, bring him in. Oh, my God. We got him right here. Oh, God.
You don't realise how massive he is.
Yeah, that's what he said. Anyway, yeah, shout out to you, Ben. Ben, your thoughts on being hot as fuck? Oh, jeez, Ben, you can take the gag ball out. Anyway, Matt Monty says, I'm really glad there was no footy this year. Crom looking strong for 2025. Matt, that's the best way to do it, I reckon, friend of the pod and Patreon as well. Chase Clark, he says, Rankin got run into the bump. It wasn't his fault. Not talking about the year. We've got Sam Curtis, friend of the pod and Patreon, who says, like what I've seen from young players, might be time to blood a few more for next year.
Gee, that's a bold idea.
We have a bold idea. Bernardo from Mexico says, top 4 Guernsey range, bottom 4 skill level.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 4, and we're not 4, 3, or 2.
Luke Max says, we are actually good. We've just gotten very unlucky, and about 15 teams are also very good right now. Zara Raboob says, nothing matters. We bet Port, and that's all that we beat Port, and that's all that matters. Well, we've still got another show.
Still got another one to do it in yet, which Isaac will be back for. It's fine.
Yes.
David Train says, this year, in all honesty, has been pretty shit. Yeah. You got-
Sure
think it's
has.
good.
Anyway, should we put him? He's
Poor
just
Ben.
resting on my shoulder.
That's
That's right. We'll just.
touch that eye. All right, so
Yes, moving swiftly on. Of course, you could head over to our Patreon for all of our exclusive things. We're about to head over there now to do Segment Street, but of course you can find our obscure crows, our spicy pre-rolls, get your crow on, and much more. Follow us on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at Crowject. Thank you once again to all of our Patreons. And if you want to get your Crom merch, where do you go, Peter?
You head to crowject.bigcartel.com where you can get a plethora of merch as well. We've got some new beanies that are coming soon as well, and also our air fresheners. A new car smell I went for this time as well, just to piss cream off. But so the Crom bundle. Do we have any more Crom bundles left?
I think we've got one or two. So
oh my God, you're getting quick for a starter financial year sale. Only $49.95 and you get yourself a scarf, a beanie, stubby holder and stickers all for $49.95. That's a steal. But you can't steal because it's online only. And it is shipped from our amazing warehouse as well, somewhere in metropolitan Adelaide. Isn't that right, Soph?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Does anyone have anything else they want to talk about tonight before we head off?
Nah.
We all good?
No, I'm all good.
Awesome.
Sign up for Patreon for Segment Street.
Yes, we'll see you over there. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Soph.
Go, Crom.
Go Crom.
Liquorland are proud partners of the Crowject. Enjoy winter your way with Liquorland. Plus, for all the legends out there doing Dry July, they have some big flavoured zero alcohol choices for you and an easy way to find out which one is right for you. We want responsible consumption of alcohol.
Yeah.
View the latest special range at liquorland.com.au/special/podcast. You can find the link in the show description of this episode. Please drink responsibly. I'm sorry I'm getting a phone call.
Okay,
Hello?
let's start the show.
Hello?